And now for the death-defying conclusion of Espresso Talk, the Henry Rollins incident. Here's what you missed.
Saoirse Ronan, Henry Rollins, something about leather. Cue the music. Welcome to Espresso Talk with your radio madame, Miss M, and her co-host,
Shug White.
Right?
Radio. Hippie chick
We don't
and
exist.
a punk
apparently.
guy. And
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're
Yeah,
punk,
but,
and we're hippie.
We're
You're not a hippie.
we're artists.
We're Renaissance people. We're
artists.
the
We're
last of the Renaissance people.
So we get there. And we're sitting there, and we're waiting for the show. And I don't know. It was. He started out that there was. I didn't know it was gonna be like watching your aunt and uncle show their travel slides.
Like
now,
the best travel slides.
I'm
like
mad already.
that's right.
Or Aruba.
That's right. He starts showing travel slides.
Right. Well, he's traveled a lot. He's a well-traveled man. I get it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But when you.
I'm getting madder and madder.
Just like when your relatives show you travel slides, it's no different. It's no different.
And there's so many pictures.
Matter.
Great pictures. Don't get me wrong.
Too many pictures, though. Sometimes.
He did have one funny story where he was talking about how like a guy with this kid. Remember he had the story about the kid who had the Black Flag T-shirt on, and he's like, "Hey, that's me." And then on the back of the shirt was a picture of Kurt Cobain. You remember that
I
story?
remember that. That was in some like third world country. I forget which one. Yeah.
But what it came down to was it turned out that Henry Rollins was he's that guy who comes to your party and everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
And he wants to talk about the starving children. And everybody
Debbie Downer.
He's a Debbie Downer.
And I understand where he was coming from. He's
It's
trying
okay.
to educate the
Of
world
course.
about the starving. We know that children are starving.
But
in the
you
world,
don't do that when people got
and it's a terrible thing.
But
It's
you
a
don't
terrible
talk
thing.
about it when people are knee deep into the medicines and they're into the liquids and beverages.
Right, they got the bar. You had a few drinks. You don't really want to hear all the sad things.
I'm getting madder and madder.
It's like, yay, everybody, yay!
Yeah, for Henry Rollins.
Feed the starving children. You know, children would love a sip of this beer to nourish them, and you're not like, for only the price of a cup of coffee.
In the middle of your party.
I know
you
it
know?
was a bit like that. It was, and I know, and it's a good cause, and I commend him for his efforts. But I think we just weren't in the mood. We weren't in the mood for that.
He just appears to be kind of a Debbie Downer. It's
Madder and madder.
And I've always loved his
Debbie Downer.
He's a bit of a Debbie Downer.
But we left the show.
Madder and
because we were getting
madder.
depressed.
Well, what had happened was I got a little.
You
bored.
got depressed.
I got a little bored.
You had a few drinks.
So then I decided I was gonna have a few drinks. So I had a couple of cocktails when I was there.
And then you started going to the dark side, I think.
I went a little to the dark side, but I was already there because he was putting me a little depressed. So
the dark side started to get you.
so I decided it was.
Is this where the ancient elitist hipsters take on the ancient dodgy in the way types?
So I was like, we gotta get out of here.
You said, I remember you leaned to me. You said, "Can we get out of here?
Can we get out of here?
I'm so depressed."
I was depressed.
And I said, "Of course, Shug White. It's supposed to be fun.
Exactly.
It was supposed to be fun, but we were just sitting there about to cry.
It might as well have been Sally Struthers
And
there.
it was dead quiet. Nobody was laughing.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what are we doing here? So we left and we went to the bar across the street.
You know, I want to feed the children, but I don't want to pay like $45 to watch some guy talk to me about feeding the children for about 2 hours.
It was too depressed. It was
that's
just
not-
sad.
If you want to come to be entertained, there's a time for entertainment and there's a time for information. And this was the time we chose.
Or maybe he could make a coffee table book about it. I don't know.
He could make a coffee table book, or he could make a. I don't know.
He could make a podcast.
Make a feed the children book.
He could make a podcast.
He could retort what I'm saying. You know,
Does he have a
no
podcast?
Disrespect. I don't know. He might have a podcast. I believe he does have a podcast. I believe that.
He seems like a talker. You know.
Actually, I believe I've heard Henry Rollins speaking to people like Mike Patton. On his podcast.
Does
so, yes,
Mike Patton have a podcast?
Mike Patton might have a podcast.
Everybody seems to have a podcast now. Or a Netflix show.
But Mike Patton only does 3 of them.
I wish maybe we'll get a Netflix deal out of this.
Mike Patton only does three of something and then stops. So he would do 3 podcasts. Like he does 3 albums with a band and then he quits. So he'd probably do the
that
same
Mike
thing.
Patton. He can't commit to anything.
Hey, well, hey.
He's all over the place, that Mike Patton.
He gets hot.
Well, I know it was kind of a bust, the show, but we had a good time.
We
anyway.
did have a good time anyway.
We went across the street to the bar. Remember the
That's right.
yacht club?
That's right.
That's an old
Club.
haunt of mine.
The yacht
from
club.
The
That
days of old.
That was a great place.
It's a great bar. It's a bit like Cheers in Atlanta.
Yeah,
kind of like Cheers. A lot of regulars.
Like the Cheers of Atlanta.
Some young people, some older people.
Now, would that be considered 5 points? Was
that was little 5 points
in
Atlanta, Georgia, which is the hipster place.
Right.
You can get your tattoos, and you can get your body art, or your body glitter, leather pants.
That's where all the sailors go to get their tattoos. That's right.
You can get there's a health food store.
That's where all the unsavories go to get their
You can go to the health
pants.
store, health food co-op, Seven Under. You can go to get your tattoos. You can go get your ultra hipster millennial clothing. You can get your wigs.
It's like Hot Topic.
You can go get your punk rock clothes with the plaid.
It's like Hot Topic.
Plaid is back.
Plaid is back.
Punk rock plaid with the suspenders or whatever you want to
Love 5 points. It's like Hot Topic.
If you need a new hat, go get you a new hat.
It's like Hot Topic.
If you want to go talk to the gutter punks, you can go talk to the gutter punks.
You talk to the gutter punks.
They're down there. There's people selling art, people skateboarding. People drinking in the bar. It's a fun.
There was a couple of rappers down there. I talked to some rappers.
That's right. We met that guy who was selling his CDs.
We talked to a great guy.
What was his name?
Cypher Kanai.
Cypher Kanai.
Cypher Kanai. He's in Atlanta.
Support your local artists.
He does rap battles on Instagram. You'll see them. He's up and coming.
Yeah, every time if you go to Little 5 Points, you're gonna meet a musician.
You're gonna find some good stuff.
Somebody.
Always.
People playing drum circles.
Absolutely.
People selling their art. But we was just at the bar talking to people. We were talking to people about our radio station, weren't we?
Yeah. And I was talking to a guy, and I would think I was like 12 sheets to the wind. And I had this guy convinced that he was going to direct my movie. And
you were going to make a movie.
And I don't.
We should go in business together.
We should go and we should start a business.
And I was talking to a nice young gentleman about music.
That's right.
Sorry, I think the dog is barking in the background. We've got to cut that.
Rose!
We'll have Rosie.
Matter.
Rose!
Rosie doesn't know. Doesn't care that
Simmer down.
Doesn't care that we're making a podcast.
Rose!
Matter.
Simmer down.
Okay, she stopped.
Huh?
She stopped.
Huh?
Thank you for listening to your radio madame, Miss M, and her co-host, Shug White, on Right Radio, Espresso Talk. Brought to you by WSHUG 108.
In association with Grendel Records and Rockwater Entertainment. You keep listening, we'll keep talking.